Hi, good day. Hello, good people. Hi, you are with Younger the MC again on the Saturday, and I am again visiting you on the Youthful and Impactful session for this specific Saturday. What a year it's been, and what a year it has developed into. And we're going to talk a bit about it today. We're just going to see how far we want to maybe discuss a lot of activity, what we've learned, the lessons learned here. And we're probably just also going to look at just giving ourselves time to reflect. There was a guest I wanted or had planned for today, but having thought of the session and knowing that it's probably the last day, in fact, it is the last session. Unfortunately, I'm with you in the year 2020. I really wanted to have a session and a time with you where I'm just speaking. I probably want to just share. I probably just want to give off a lot of what I'm feeling, a lot of what I've been doing in terms of introspection. I also just want to share how this year has developed for me personally, and maybe just give you a lot of how I've grown, the type of person I've developed, and how I've seen myself reach some milestones that I've set out, and maybe also reflect on the type of hardships the years come with and some of the tears that the years come with. So thank you again, as always, for tuning in and for always coming in and making sure that you're with us on these Saturdays. And we are having sessions every day of the week. Of course, all the sessions for the week, we're probably having the last session for this 2020 year. It's been a remarkable year, especially for the Empowerment Podcast. If you didn't realize, this was the second year celebration for the Empowerment Podcast. There's been so many milestones reached by the platform. It's been incredible. So maybe if you just want to read up and see how far, how much this platform has come, how much the Empowerment Podcast has actually grown, and the amounts and the regions and the distances it's actually reaching out to now, it's incredible. It's actually rating quite high in the country amongst the most listened podcast, along with some other achievements that the podcast has received. You'll find that all on our pages. I'm hoping you are also still tuning in and also engaging, because we are still hoping to hear from you. We are still hoping to get your responses, to get your correspondence as we progress, as we give you the content that we give you. We want to know what you think. We want to know how you grasp everything that we're saying. So on Facebook, make sure, darling, you are going into Facebook. Sorry about that. You are going to Empowerment Podcast. On Instagram, it is at empower_podcast. You're also finding us on YouTube, our channel that we're hoping that you also subscribe to, and you also listen to a lot of our content. That is Empowerment Podcast. So we're hoping to find you there. I'm also honestly hoping that you guys will maybe give us some feedback with the session that I'm hoping to maybe just leave with you guys today as we close what has been a very up and down year. So how do we maybe start? I want to really look and reflect specifically on how this year has transpired and how this year has gone along, and maybe have a second to also talk about how my year has gone along. I think I also did make one of the videos on one of my pages where this was before joining the Empowerment Podcast, but I'd found the need, I'd found reason to just speak out and just talk about the year, because for me, 2020, it has been a bittersweet year for many people. But for a lot of people, they probably will not even find highlights throughout the year, because it's been that kind of year. It's been a year where a lot of us have seen that we are probably not with the type of guarantees that we almost thought that we are with. A lot of us have found what hardships probably we could find from year to year. Whatever could have gone bad has probably gone worse. I've spoken about it before. We've seen a lot of people losing their loved ones, which for me is also something I can empathize with, because it's been a very difficult year. I could count on the type of people, loved ones, brothers, sisters, colleagues, that we've basically lost through the year. And to be honest with you, it does take its toll. You know, you lose people who are really influential in your life, and you have to take, that and see how you can better take that forward without having it stumbling you down. And maybe for a lot of people, for a lot of you out there who share the same sentiments, or maybe who've also been a victim of, what the years brought in. You've lost loved ones, you've lost family, you've lost some people I am well aware of have lost their income. People have lost jobs. It's incredible that we still are having, at this very moment, job losses as a result of the pandemic that started the beginning of the year. So a lot of people have suffered one way or another because of the year that we've had. And for me, it's and I always say it's a bittersweet year for me, because it was just this beginning. It was February, the end, when I said yes, and I married the most beautiful woman I've ever met in my entire life. And every time I have to think of that day, I cannot then not think of my brothers who were there on that day, who came with full support, who were there. And not too far from that day, they were then also, in a way, giving their final remarks on that day for me. So I take it, I look at it, and I have to try and look at the bright side, but you cannot hide from the fact that we have been stripped from a lot of things in this year. And this is the reason why I wish for you guys to also take your turn. Maybe by sharing what your year has been like, a lot of us will find encouragement from somewhere, because it is hard. It is hard. And I say this with the utmost of honesty. It has been hard. But on that same token, I think what this year has also given or equipped me with, and I'm hoping that it's something that we can also relay to our youth and to our loved ones and to the people around us, to say, maybe what else can we take from a year that has been as scrappy as this year? And for me, it has been the mere fact that nothing is a guarantee. So for every time that you go to bed, it is a blessing and a half that you wake up to see another day. I'm not even going to talk about the type of things and the type of events where people have signed contracts confirming that they are permanent employers or employees for specific companies, only to have reached this year and be told that whatever was signed prior to this is no longer valid, because everything that has happened during the year has meant that we have had to say on this day, goodbye. The type of stories I've been reading, the type of news that has been coming, it's just given me the one thought and knowledge that nothing is guaranteed. So if we are circled then with this amount of uncertainty and this amount of things that aren't guaranteed. So where can we look? What can we do? What should we focus on? And how should we then go on with life on an everyday basis? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to give you the answer. You probably want to be giving us the answers because nobody knows. What I can tell you though is that what I did see throughout the year is that regardless of everything that is happening around me and around us, my Lord, my Jesus is consistent in his love for us. I cannot stop to say thank you because I still have a second to reflect and look at everything that he has done good. And I think it's a thing that I want to just talk to everyone about as you're probably going to share your instances and share your stories and give another person a chance to maybe look into what you've gone through and see how they can grasp and grow from it. So I've seen my Lord work wonders with my life. On a year that is probably not supposed to have taken people from this level to the next, I think I've seen myself rising even from more than the next level. I think I've seen myself see a new version of me. I've achieved any more than I've probably achieved in my entire life. Just this year alone, I can honestly stand in front of people and call myself an entrepreneur for the first time. I've seen myself getting and being part of something so huge that right now I'm speaking to you through a channel that has been granted to me via the Empowerment Podcast. So this blessing has come to me in a year when you want to say maybe what else can go wrong. So I do have a lot that I want to point to that has gone wrong. But when I look at how much has gone right, when I look at the fact that I am still breathing, when I look at the fact that I am still kicking and I am still having a chance to wake up and make sure that I do go again, that's when I realized that he did really mean it when he said he shall never leave nor forsake us. So this is all I probably wanted to talk to you about, to say maybe we are going to need to reflect on the year, having all the difficulties that have come in the year, see how much positives there are. Our biggest problems as human beings is making sure that we don't notice the good that we do. Hence, we look at the bad and we feel that we are not achieving, or we feel that we are not or have not done enough. I don't know how you're feeling right now, and probably maybe there aren't maybe a lot of highlights for you this year, which is quite normal to be honest, but you are going to look into it and see something good somewhere, because through everything that he does offer good to his people. So I'm going to not be long. I just probably want to also see and read and feel a lot of how you guys have gone through the year. Leave your comments, leave your responses, let others read and let others interact, and also learn from what you've probably gone through the year. For me, as I've mentioned, it's been a bittersweet year, but I still know that he loves me and he has shown me that he is consistent. So ladies and gentlemen, that would probably be it from me, and this is probably going to be another thank you from Younger the MC, having joined this platform, having been the one who's probably giving the last session for the year. It has been incredible. It has been awesome. I cannot thank the leadership team enough. I cannot thank the people who have also assisted in making sure that I get to this point. When I think of what we probably want to achieve in the 2021 year, I get scared. And it's true that maybe if your dreams don't scare you, then you're not dreaming big enough. I think that's quite the stage where I am right now. And that's probably what I'm just looking forward to. So to all our listeners throughout I just want to say to you as you listen to this last podcast, thank you, thank you, thank you for always being here, for making sure that you are taking up time and you are taking up all your data and resources and making sure that you're listening to these. Thank you for making sure that you're joining us. I pray that the Lord blesses you through this very silly season. And I call it a silly season because we just see so much that we've probably not seen throughout the year happen during this period. So I'm praying that the Lord blesses you. I'm praying that the Lord blesses your loved ones, blesses your families, and that you have a restful and peaceful and, most importantly, a very safe festive period. Because with everything that's going around, maybe it's not even a bad thing to be paranoid. Just make sure you are taking the necessary measurements as what has been prescribed or advised by the higher authorities. Make sure that you are keeping safe at all times. Make sure that we see each other and we listen and get to interact again in the new year. My name is Younger, the MC. And I'm probably signing out to you now. So thank you again. Make sure you keep safe. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.